You are standing in a clearing so green it hurts your eyes. You're deep in the triple frontier, where Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia meet. The air is heavy, smelling of damp earth and the sweet rot of vegetation that never stays dry. You are just a farmer, a shadow in the canopy. You bend your back, stripped to the waist, your skin mapped with scars from thorns and insect bites. You are harvesting leaves from the coca bush with a rhythmic motion that has turned your palms into leather. It takes 400 kilograms of these leaves just to make one single brick of paste. You do this for 14 hours a day, racing against government planes that spray glyphosate from the sky, turning your livelihood into brown sludge in seconds. Your reward? Maybe $15 on a good day. You are the first link in a supply chain worth billions of dollars. But right now, you're just trying to buy a bag of rice. You are trapped in a debt cycle with the local militia. They provide the seeds, they take the harvest, and you have no choice but to work for them. If the military catches you, they don't just take your crop, they burn your home and throw you into a provincial prison for 10 years. You'll rot there while your family starves. At dusk, the cook arrives. He looks like a mechanic who hasn't washed in a week. He doesn't use a high-tech lab. He uses a hole in the dirt lined with a plastic tarp and rusted gasoline drums. You watch him drench the leaves in petrol. He stomps on them for hours, his bare legs absorbing the toxins. He adds battery acid and caustic soda to break down the alkaloids. The smell is a physical blow, a mixture of rotten lemons and industrial exhaust. When he's done, the leaves are a black, oily mush. In their place is a gray, stinking paste that looks like wet cement. The value of the cocaine in the jungle is just $500. The cook. You are in a kitchen 3 miles deeper into the canopy, hidden under camouflage netting that makes you invisible to drones. You are the chemist. Your job is to turn that gray sludge into the white powder the world craves, cocaine. You work under the hum of industrial fans and the glow of rigged car batteries. You dissolve the paste in acetone and ether, filtering it through cloth until the impurities are gone. Every move is a gamble. One spark, one static charge, and the whole lab becomes a fireball. For this specialized skill, the cartel pays you $1,000 a month. It's a fortune in the jungle, but you can never leave. People who quit are liabilities, and liabilities are buried in unmarked graves. You pick up the metal stamp. Today, it's a dolphin. This is a signature of purity. You place the wet powder into a hydraulic press, feeling the resistance as it's crushed into a dense rectangular block. You wrap the brick in 3 layers of heavy-duty plastic, slathering each layer in axle grease and coffee grounds to confuse canine units at the borders. You are surrounded by young men with Uzis who view you as a tool. If caught, you're looking at 20 years in a high-security prison, and that is only if you survive the gunfight. You hear a distant helicopter, and the lab goes silent. You hold your hand over a jug of acid, ready to destroy the evidence. The sound fades. You go back to work. The value of the cocaine in the kitchen is just $500. The Dockworker. You are in the port of Guayaquil, Ecuador. The Pearl of the Pacific is now the cocaine superhighway. You are a veteran dockworker with an orange vest and a legitimate security clearance. The sun is baking the asphalt, and the air smells of salt and diesel. You get a text on an encrypted burner phone, a container number. It's a shipment of organic bananas bound for Coventry, England. Ecuador exports millions of tons of bananas, and that volume is your best friend. Thousands of identical containers move through here every day. The authorities scan less than 2% of them. You have a 3-minute window while the security patrol is distracted by a prearranged diversion at the main gate. You have heavy-duty bolt cutters hidden in your tool bag. You snip the lead customs seal with a single clean snap. You and 2 others toss 10 gym bags of bricks inside, shoving them on top of the pallets of fruit. You reach into your pocket and pull out a forged bolt seal. It's a masterpiece of 3D printing, bearing the exact serial number of the original. You snap it in place. To any officer walking by, this container hasn't been touched since it left the farm. For those 3 minutes of work, the cartel pays you $10,000. It's 10 times your annual salary, but the stakes are immense. If the police catch you, you get 20 years in a gang-run prison. The value of the cocaine at the dock is just $2,500. The Smuggler. You are the captain of a 200-meter cargo ship, 800 miles off the coast of the Azores, Portugal. You aren't a cartel member. You're a merchant mariner who took a $100,000 bonus to look the other way. For 12 days, you haven't slept more than 3 hours at a time. The Atlantic is a graveyard of drug boats that were swallowed by the waves or intercepted. You watch the radar like a hawk. Every blip is a heart attack. You've disabled your AIS tracking, claiming a technical fault. This makes your ship a ghost. You know exactly which container holds the white gold. You can feel its weight on your conscience. If the Coast Guard does decide to take a closer look, you will spend the next 25 years of your life in a European prison, face financial ruin, and even worse, your family back home will be vulnerable to the cartels. You arrive at the port of Antwerp, Belgium. The fog is thick as you approach the terminal. You wait for the signal, a double flash from a flashlight in a crane cabin 50 meters above the deck. This is the corrupt operator. He is being paid 50,000 euros for this single shift. He lifts your container and drops it in a blind spot behind a stack of empties where the cameras have a convenient gap. The bags are pulled and loaded into a lorry. The value of the cocaine in Europe, $25,000. The Wholesaler. You are in a nondescript industrial unit in East London, tucked between a car breaker's yard and a bakery. The product arrived this morning, hidden in the floorboards of a lorry carrying frozen chicken. You are the wholesaler. You don't deal with the street, you deal in kilos. You wear a designer tracksuit and drive an armored vehicle. You open the gym bags and see the dolphin stamps. You smile. But you are a businessman, and business is about margins. You don't sell these bricks pure, you cut them. You take that 1 kilo and you put it into a high-speed blender. You add a mixture of caffeine, lidocaine, and boric acid. You use a 20-ton hydraulic press to crush the mixture back into a solid brick, reapplying a counterfeit stamp. Suddenly, your 1 kilo has become 3. You have tripled your inventory for free. By the time you distribute these bricks, you are making millions in profit. But the law is watching. If you are caught, the UK's Kingpin laws ensure you get a mandatory life sentence, no early release, no mercy. The value of the cocaine in London per kilo, $50,000. The Runner. You are 19 years old on a modified electric bike weaving through Hackney. Your burner phone is screaming with encrypted telegram messages. You are the runner, the final link. You're the most visible person in the chain. You're looking for the undercover in the plain Vauxhall Astra. You're scanning for opportunists who want to take your supply at knife point. For a 12-hour shift, you get paid £150. It's fast money, but you are expendable. If you get arrested, you'll be replaced within the hour. If the police catch you with this much weight, you're looking at 7 to 10 years for possession with intent to supply. You pull up to a high-end pub in Canary Wharf. It has been 45 days since those leaves were picked in the jungle. The product has traveled over 6,000 miles across oceans and borders. A city trader hands him 2 50-pound notes. You hand him a tiny, heat-sealed plastic wrap containing 0.8 grams of the mixture. You don't speak. You don't linger. You disappear back into the London rain. That single brick that started in a gasoline drum is now worth $130,000, a 20,000% markup, thousands of miles, dozens of lives discarded, all for a white line that disappears in 3 seconds. And tomorrow, the cycle doesn't stop. The farmer wakes up in the green hell of the jungle, picks up his basket, and starts picking leaves again.